When I first began writing my speech, I started to write about how we finally made it, and I also wanted to bring back some of the memories of our last 13 years of school. The fact that we are wearing square hats that will give us hat hair and a gown covering our pretty dresses and dress pants obviously means we've made it. And about the memories, well, here are a few of my favorites. Who can forget all the cool football games that we went to, hanging out with friends, and sitting in the student section on Friday nights watching the band as they performed their halftime show. And let's not forget the basketball games along with the spirit buses we took to the away games, and the soccer games where we beat Harvard all 3 years of our high school career. This season was a great season not only for them, but for track, cross-country, swim, wrestling, volleyball, bowling, and anyone else I failed to mention. We had fun at the dances and enjoyed just hanging out.
Okay, we're very proud of you. We're very proud of the senior class. What a great group this is, ladies and gentlemen. 500 graduates in front of you today. Please give them a hand as we start our program. Sometimes the best lesson is to start with the speaker telling you what he's going to tell you, and then telling you, and maybe concluding, telling you what he knows. So my summary will be very simple, and my expectation is these sentiments will be reflected by every mom and dad, every grandparent, every friend, every teacher and administrator who's here today. So if you will, give me your attention for just a second. And along with that, I'd like to have your best smile. Can I have that? Let me see your best smile. Point number one, I want you to know how proud we are of you, each and every student on the terrace.
Wow, Dr. Rollins, thank you. It's quite an introduction. Good afternoon, class of 2011. I too was a chosen one, graduated in 2001. Before I get started, I'd actually like to take a picture. I don't know if I have to stay up here. I've got to update my Facebook status real quick and make sure everybody knows that I'm here today to speak to you. Point number one, adapting to change. That's amazing. Computers have changed and continue to change everything about the world around us. They change how we communicate, how we read research, and how we do business. The world right now is changing quicker than we could ever imagine or even predict. I say this not to scare you, but rather to give you confidence. You see, this class of chosen ones is more, you have a significant advantage over someone like me and all these people in the audience, because you are a generation that's more capable of adapting to change. So speaking of change, I went ahead and I adapted your senior motto for today. Katie said it earlier. If this offends anyone, I'm sorry. I'm saying it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fighter and the flexibility of the dog. I have no doubt that as you all transition from this phase of your life to the next, be it college or entering the job market or your forces, you will quickly adapt to new surroundings, new people, and new responsibilities. Which leads me to my final point. Point number two, living in the moment. Am I telling you not to plan ahead and just to live each moment floating, from moment to moment? Of course not. Do you think we just showed up Vegas style, set our vows, and rode off into the sunset? No, it took a lot of planning and a lot of money, thank you, Denise, to make that day special. But it would be a shame to do all that preparation and let the moment pass us by in haze. How many hours did you spend preparing for this day? Now, the short answer is, it took you an hour this morning to get ready, and maybe by the looks of these 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That joke didn't go as well as I wrote it out to me. The reality is you spent a heck of a lot of time to get to this moment today, to walk across the stage. I mean, how many countless hours did you spend studying for tests, doing homework, reading, writing, arithmetic? And speaking of arithmetic, I did a little math myself for you, just to calculate how much time you actually spent in school to get here today, to graduate. There's 7 hours in school times 5 days in a week. That equals 35 hours a week. 35 hours times 40 weeks in a school year, that's 14 hours a year. 1,400 hours a year. 1,400 hours times 13 years, which is what it took for me to get to this stage today, unless you're really smart and stupid, right? Literally means you spent 18,200 hours in school to get here today. That's the equivalent of working 24 hours for 365 days for over 2 solid years. It's a lot of time. The point is you're here, you made it, you enjoy this moment. Don't just walk across the stage and move your tassel from one side to the other and go and sit down. Walk proudly. Walk with your head high. Think about where you are and all the countless hours it took to get to this moment. Look around at this big auditorium and all the people who love and care about you, your friends, your family. Soak it all in. This is the moment you've waited for. In closing, I would just like to emphasize that I'm not some big CEO of the bank. I'm not a lawyer. I failed to become a doctor. But I'm an average guy. I was sitting in the seat that you're sitting in right now 10 years ago. My heart and my passion for what I do became a compass in my life. And it allowed me to achieve far more than I ever could have imagined. You too can do this. You can achieve whatever you set your mind to. As you begin your voyage from here, remember to be open and expect change. Be open and ready for change. But most importantly, don't forget to enjoy each and every moment. There will be a lot of wonderful moments along the way. Thank you and congratulations. Have a great day.
Has distinguished itself with its percentage of high achievers involved in academics, performing arts, athletics, student activities, and community service. Their accomplishments have set a high standard for future graduating seniors, which is as it should be. Seniors, we are proud of each and every one of you. Much of the credit for their success has been attributed to the students themselves. A number of them have overcome obstacles of every description in order to be here today. They have persevered and are here to be honored on this very special day. But there are others who have played major roles in the development of these young people. Will the parents and guardians of the class of 2011 please stand and be recognized? In the course of this afternoon's ceremony, the graduates and administration request that the members of this audience give this class the respect and so which it deserves. The following guidelines are presented in an effort to ensure this ceremony is both dignified and enjoyable for all present. The first guideline is to refrain from any use of any noisemakers, air horns, whistles, and bells. The second is that when your students make this call, limit your celebration with polite applause so that the next student's name can be clearly heard by his or her.
Matthew David Engeldown, honor graduate.
Brianna Nicole Hill, honor graduate.
Francisca Guadalupe Espinosa.
Deidre Flores,
Roden Ryman Hood, honor graduate.
Haley Tanae Huffmaster, Hunter Roland Hughes,
Timothy William Liebner, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate and highest honors.
Shirley B. Isaguirre,
Seniors, we fully expect you to go forward and maximize your talents as we go to the road. We wish you all the very best.